We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. And we're going to let the YouTube algorithm let everyone know that we are live. If you're catching the replay on this, welcome. And maybe someday you can join us live on Wednesday for live Watercolor Wednesday. My name is Gabriel Stockton. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. And like I said, we'll get started here just in a few minutes. Letting everybody hop on, and here they come. As you hop on, let us know where you're from. And Artie Ross, hello from Arizona. So we're going to get here started just in a few minutes. If you want to take a screenshot of this, this is what we're going to be painting tonight. Thanks to Maggie, one of my students, who sent this picture of this Paris. There's some more of you jumping on here. Wonderful. Let us know where you're watching from and say hello. And we're going to get started just here in a few minutes. I'm going to grab my brushes. I'm going to be using, if you want to take a screenshot of that, that's what we're going to be painting today. I'll be using this mop brush, some various sizes of Escoda Perla brushes. And then I have this little square and then this little rigger. So those are the brushes I will be using today. And I always have usually a little paper towel here. The paper I'll be using today is by Cheap Joe's. Hi, Kat from LA. And this is Kilimanjaro paper. This is what I'm painting on this series. Mike, hello from South Georgia, Mike. And so this is this paper is a cold press paper. Hello, Marie from Montreal. And you're all getting familiar with everybody, I hope. This has a real nice texture to it. I'll be painting on this as well. And it is 1 minute past the hour. So we're doing this Paris flower shop today. This is very complex picture, but how can we make this a lovely miniature painting? And so most of you that know me, you know I like to do some sketches before I do the painting. And so over here in my sketchbook, we got some sketches. This is a newer sketchbook. Some is done Plein Air, and some are done in the studio. And where are you, buddy? It's on this side. Sometimes I paint it. Yeah, there it is. So a whole bunch of sketches in here. People while they're at the airport. My lovely daughter who plays roller derby. These wonderful people. This young lady. And yeah, so this is my sketch. And yeah, and there's 11 of you here now. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, I think, lives in West Virginia now. We got a couple of Debbies. And we got hi from sunny Fiji. All right, our sun has already gone down. And hello from Arizona. All right. So I like to do these sketches, and it's very helpful to kind of get the hand going. All right. And if I didn't like this sketch, I would probably do a couple more thumbnails. Literally, thumbnails should be almost the size of your thumb. Okay. And I would do a couple of these. All right. And that's if I didn't like the sketch. So, but I'm happy with the sketch. You newbies and peeps that have been taking on watercolor, I would say do these first and then do that. All right. With that said, what are we looking at here? We are looking at a value study sketch. And how do I get there? Well, let me pull up the photo. So this photo here, let's look at it in grayscale. So I'm going to go to edit, go over here, and I'm not going to put it on silver tone or noir. It makes the color, the actual value very intense. So I'm just going to go to where it says mono on most of your smart devices. So here we are. We've got this scene here. And what am I looking for? Well, if I come over here, we got these other little tools. And if I go to contrast, I could play with this contrast. So this one now has very, very little contrast. And if I take it all the way to the other side, it almost now goes with so much high contrast. It's literally almost like black and white. But we want some nice grays in here. And so let's go on back over to color. And I'm going for maybe more of a warmer scene. Okay. And then I can go back to contrast. And I can play with this contrast. And I'm liking it somewhere right in there. Okay. And then if I tap here, we can kind of see if you hold your finger down. So if I do it one more time, see it says original. That's what the original looks like, and it goes back away. So I tap, it says original, and not too much different from what you saw just a little ago. If you don't like any of that, just hit cancel, discard changes, and here we are. So, I meant to send a post. Let me know in the comments if you have hit the subscribe and you have hit the get notifications, because I actually sent out a just the little reminders that we're doing Watercolor Wednesday and what time it's at. And I attempted to send you guys the reference photo and the sketch for the painting. But I guess maybe the file was just too big, or I just did not have enough bars. I saw both of the posts. Oh, right on, Candace. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for letting me know. So here's the sketch. So this is the sketch for the painting. All right. So let me go back to the drawing sketch. Here we go. This one here is super loose, okay? Let me move this over and you can see both. This one here was done with this mechanical pencil. This mechanical pencil here has, oh, come on. He's being shy. There we go. It has this kind of more of a blunt, loose edge. This pencil that I used is a really cool pencil. I really enjoy it. This one, what's cool about this one is, well, look at how smaller it is. Okay. So compare those two. It's probably, you could do the math. But what's cool about this one is you click it once, twice, and then see how much lead it has. And this bad boy just keeps drawing and just keeps drawing. And I don't have to click it again. So you might have those other ones that are a 7-point that when you click it too far out, it snags on the watercolor paper and then breaks. Okay. This one comes out just so far that it doesn't break off. So since this is such a small painting, I want it to be tighter, and since this is about the same size, this one, let's see if I go from that edge to this edge, and oh, look at that, pretty darn close in size. How about the height? From there to there, oh, he is too short. How about this one? And this one, ooh. So this one's just a titch shorter than this one. So I think width-wise, we're going to lose a little stuff on the width, which is fine. And the height, it's a little tighter right in here versus there. So what helps, and some of you are familiar with my teachings, we use the rule of thirds. And this is how I'm able to get this one transferred over to here. Now, I didn't do a transfer. I drew this one on this cool little thing we call it, AKA, tic-tac-toe board, right? This rule of thirds. So if I set up a rule of thirds on this one, like I did with this one, I can look at this and get it over here. Okay. All right. With that said, I'm done with some pencils, but I am going to bust out my good old faithful eraser here. This is your friend for life. This is a kneaded eraser. And when it's light, or when it's dirty, it's been a long day, friends. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you get encouraged and excited to do some painting. All right. I'm going to just put this over here for now. Sorry, it's off camera. I'm going to now roll this over this here. I'm not erasing the lines. I'm going to lighten them up. Okay? Even when I do this, the reason why I like this eraser, if you're new here, it's because it doesn't leave those goobers everywhere. Now, I apologize if you can't see it as much. You might want to watch the replay to get a screenshot. All right. So there we are. Well, let me pull up our reference photo. Now, some of you that know me, I use a reference photo as I'm using a reference photo. Again, thanks to Maggie for sending this in. If you ever want to see something painted, you can send me something in as well. All right. let's go ahead. There is some tape on here. Okay, this is a pretty thick kind of paper, and so I'm fine with it not being, you know, it's kind of loose, but it's a thick enough paper. So the first brush we're gonna use is that good old mop brush. And we always start with our light colors first. The first one that's grabbing my mind, of course, is this goldish color in there. So what I'm looking at here is the light gold colors. But I gotta back out just a little bit because I do want to leave these little white edges. So in here, okay, this is why I have a paper towel. If it's too much coming out, I'm gonna drop that there. I want this lovely white right behind our guy. This guy is like on the phone taking orders or something. I'm keeping it simple in this picture. All right, and then do you see this lovely? There's a nice white right there, but it's not super bright white. This is a bright white paper. I'm gonna just now, with lots of water with that gold and lots of water, I'm just getting rid of that bright white paper. Okay, now I'm gonna get some of this. You might have, let me move over here. Here's some other colors over here I'm grabbing. We should have some new people. I've been getting lots of people stopping in at the studio and wanting to join us. So right here, we've got this nice brownish color. And this is a good place to start right here, okay? And we can always go darker. And then this, we have this over here, okay? And it kind of tapers in like that. And then this, and then it tapers out like that. Now over here is a green. Like, what the heck? And that's fine. We're gonna get some more of, you could use Indian red, Minnesota pipestone. You can use all kinds of nice little Daniel Smith. Let me know if in the comments you enjoyed last week, seeing the new colors coming out. I'm just curious if you caught the replay. Let me know if you got some of the colors. That would be pretty interesting. I know one person has them because some of them are brand ambassadors that are watching. Of Daniel Smith. And we're gonna go ahead and bring in this right in here is that little flare, right? New colors. You love the new colors. I'm so glad to hear that. They're super rad, right? And here we go. We got a nice little flare. Now there's a nice little chunk of dark right underneath here, right there, but it's gonna go even darker, but we're not there yet. Okay, do we have any of that other brown color? We got something over here by our people. We got some kind of over here from next door, but that part did not make it in this painting. So if I look, there's just this stuff here. Bum, bum, bum. There's some pipes. And it's going to go darker here shortly. All right, let's look over here. And we are good with the brown. I need this to dry before I go any further. So that takes me to the top of the painting, which normally that's where I like to start always, is at the top. So one of the colors I see is this turquoise for the window. There's a turquoise because the sky. And then I'm gonna first just paint right over that little, there's this little thing so the person just doesn't get on the ledge, I guess, and jump. So here we go, like this. And so I've filled in that whole area, but do you see how that's kind of more white right there? So check this out. I turn this around, just like so. Okay, did you just see that paint just flow? Sure did. I got two things of water over here. And what I'm gonna do is, and you can do this, you could actually go over here to edit, okay? And you can turn your painting upside down. There we go. And then check that out. Now I can see this way. So I'm just taking some water, okay? I'm not lifting. This is not lifting. I'm dropping more water in here. Okay, if I wanted, I could just do droplets of water, but I want to control it just a little bit right there. Now, when I turn it this way, guess what it's gonna do? You guessed it. Now it's flowing back this way. Now I'm gonna have the gravity do all the painting for me. I've got to let that dry right in here before I put in our lovely fence. So let's go ahead and flip this back around. We're going to go to edit, just like so. Bum, 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 and there. Let's look at some of these grays that are up here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is grab some of this yellow ochre, mix it into here, and that's not quite a gray. So I'm grab a blue. And I mix that in there. And that's not quite gray just yet either. So what I'm gonna do then is grab a little bit of orange. I'd said a little bit, so I'm mixing just a little over here. Now I'm bringing some over there. Now this should make a nice smoky gray, okay? But there's not much there to work with, so I've got a good amount to paint with. So there we go. See that nice little smoky, warm, cool gray. All right, all 13 of you. And here we go. We've got these. I've got to leave some areas, but there's really no whites up here. And then we've got these here. And then these ones are going to come this way, like that. Okay, and that merges. Now there's a little bit of a lip. See this light lip right here? And then we've got this kind of warm area that comes underneath. So let's get that same warm brown. Okay, but look, I made a gray. So if you don't have that color, if I go like this and now add some green, I can make a gray, red. I'm adding some green in here, but it's not a green gray, it's a red. Okay. If you want to knock down the chroma, maybe you can grab some lavender. That's a little too more brown. I want it a little more red. There we go. That works for me. We're going to come right in here. I'm going to leave that little edge of white. Okay. And then we got another little edge. It still needs to be a little more red. A little more red. A little bit of lavender. Make the fix now, so you don't have to do it 2 days later. I can drop that right back in here again. Like that. I'm taking some pigment out of my mop brush. And then there's this another little section here. Like so. Do you see that bloom? Look at that. We could just take it right out of there. I didn't keep patting. I can't keep patting. I just did it once. Got out. Let's take a little more of this lavender. And we're going to make this last one right about here. And then we're going to, this is a nice hard edge, but I want a diffused edge. So I'm going to clean out my brush. Take a little water out. And for all 17 of you watching, just along that bottom edge, I'm going to soften it. Just soft. There it is. This is that top edge, okay? And then there is another little soft edge right here. And then I'm gonna really just quiet this edge a lot. And now we have this wonderful ledge underneath our person, our I don't know, room or whatever, balcony. All right, now we got this little dude over here. Okay, right here, bum, bum, bum. So I'm gonna get this right here is some graphite gray and some lunar black. Lunar black is a transparent black. And so there's my diffuse light. So right above that here is this grayish dark. These little paintings, they go a little bit slower just because, well, you're taking some time. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and cap that off to the end. I believe this thing here is like a roll-up door, like it flips up or something. I think that's what we're kind of looking at here. I did not take the photo. I was saying earlier, one of my students, she asked in the class, and we ran out of class time. And so I'm sharing it here with all you. So you can all thank her. So we're going to bring this shadow down and then up. And then this shadow down. And then back up. And then I'm going to get some orange. Ooh, this is transparent pyro orange. You don't have to worry about taking notes. You could just watch and then catch the replay later. But yeah, like keep your eyes on the screen. And here we go. So I'm dropping some orange in here and bringing that orange over. some orange here, and over and back up. Okay. Next, we've got some green. I'm actually going to just take this green. This is green apatite. I'm going to put it in the orange. And this here gets this nice dark green right there. And heaven forbid I went a little too far, but it's okay. Ooze fraba. It's you can't hurt it too bad. I'll make another dark. This coming over here. Bum bum bum. And we're gonna drop that. I got a person right here, so I gotta slow down. Taking out some pigment like that. This dark here. This is gonna come down, and we're gonna do some negative painting around this guy. I'm gonna leave that hat in like this. Okay. I can always get tighter later. Nice. So we've got this green. And it's a very unique green. So I'm actually gonna bust out the gouache. And you're like, what? I thought this was watercolor Wednesday. Well, these are water-soluble paints. And so what I'm gonna do is I am gonna grab this green, because it's just like this crazy green, right? So I got some gouache here, and I'm gonna put that green right here. And this green here, the nice thing about the Daniel Smith gouache is the color you're seeing here, it's going to dry the color that we see. So I am leaving this one as right out of the tube. Okay. So I'm painting in this thing, but there's some flowers right here. So we're going to bring this down like this. And then I'm going to bring that green. This is an opaque color, opaque paint, and it's going to be able to go right over the top of that. And look at that. That's already starting to zip and zag and really pop, right? So, when in Rome and you have some gouache, now, could I have used watercolor? Yes. If you have this green, this is permanent green, okay? So if you have permanent green watercolor, yes, by all means, use your watercolor. I was just being lazy, and instead of looking through a box, filing area of paint through 260 some colors, I just grabbed that because that's my go-to. So here we are. We've got our scene, and so there's that green. Here's our green here, and I go, oh no, look, I didn't leave enough white there. Well, I painted that so lightly that now if I just drop some water right here, actually it's still too wet. We'll come back to that part. Bum, bum, bum. That's called lifting. We'll come back. This is gonna wanna fight me, but that's all right. This is already setting up, but not quite there. But we can dive in to these lovely stone or these little brick things. So I already drew them in and I can kind of already still see them. So there's a line that goes here and it's a little more darker. And there's another line right below it. And there's a little edge right here and a little edge there. Okay. If that's too garish, we're going to add some lavender. Now we're going to go to the next one. So I'm going to come to this outside, boom, and this outside there, and do this one, and do that one. All right. Next one we're going to do is right about here. Do. And if you can get just approximately something down, you're in good shape. All right. Like that. Now, I do like, we're starting to see a little bit of this turquoise. All 17 of you that are watching. And I'll just put a little bit of turquoise in here, like that. And down there, like this. Okay. With a new towel, because this is wet, I can just hit this once just to create a texture. Actually, I need to hit it. I missed that part. So now it's going to create a nice little texture. I'm going to get some buff titanium, hit this, and now I'm going to make this little edge. And that's still too turquoise. Hit it with a little more buff titanium. And what am I doing? I'm creating some texture on this wall right there. Okay. All right, let's look at the other side. So this other side, I'm just going to come right over from there to here. How do I know that? Because I drew it, okay? If you draw your own pictures, you're going to know where the line is. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come over here, okay? Now, the thing is you don't want to do is make this look like a coloring book. This is a fine art painting, okay? You don't want to make this look like it's from the Madeline, Madeline, the little girl in Paris that would wear their cute little yellow rain boots, right? I mean, you could, but on this channel, we're trying to paint some lovely pictures. There's a nice little dark right here, and there's a nice little dark right here. Before I put this little iron on there, I need to paint that cute little frame. So we got this one and this one, and probably making this less perfect is better. That's my opinion. I gotta leave that white right there. And then we have something down the center, but it's lighter. So I'm gonna grab some buff titanium, lighten that up. And I'm gonna do a little swoop-dee here. And this little thing coming on down. Don't make it too perfect. If it looks too perfect, like you used a ruler, it's not gonna look lifelike. Okay, that has to set up. But what I can do is get that nice little dark area, this stuff. So I've got some Lauren McCracken black. Take a little of that turquoise, a little bit of this, and I'm going to build in some of these nice little darks right here. Okay, There's some red in there. So drop some red in here. Little red pieces. Little dark pieces. This is a reflection of maybe a tree or something. There is, yeah, like a tree right here. Okay. And it comes like this and goes right there. And we got this little rectangle, and then there's a little dip down. This is probably like a little awning or something that's right above it. And there's this other little side. It's got to match up. Okay. And then this comes across and paint that little chunk. And now we have this lovely window. Once we put this rod fence right there, do you think I'm gonna put this graffiti stuff? Nah, I'm not going there. Okay, let's get this part of this wall here. Okay, there's some nice chunks of dark. So this is not as detailed. It's a little more simplified. If I look at where those grooves are compared to our other grooves, this one comes just a little bit below it. The next one, just a little bit below that one. And so forth, like that. Okay, there's not much of a hard edge here. But what we can do is let's clear a little spot right here. Hey, this little guy was just hiding right there in front of me. Too funny. Yeah. All you were probably like, move that brush, move that brush. When's he gonna see that brush? All right, I'm gonna just put a little bit of buff titanium here and put some texture going this way. A little bit of titanium, put some texture, texture, texture. There's just a titch of value here. If we look at this, this is almost like a number 2 in gray, and then a number 3 in gray. Okay, this is warmer, this is cooler. This is warmer, this is cooler. Okay, now we've just setting up the stage that's up here. All the real energy is going to happen in here. And we are already 45 minutes in. Holy cow. Where did the evening go? Let me know if in the chat if you guys want to make this a double deal. Like we did a couple weeks ago. Y'all did the water fountain, or we did the waterfall, right? So this is the start of our little pipe here. And then right next to it, do you like this subject? Let me know if you even like this. Like, if not, we'll paint something else. I'm down. This is cool. This is cool. I got one person for making a double video. Do I hear any more? And we got this. All right, continue next week. It's great with me. What does a double deal mean? So there's been a couple of times that I'm explaining so much in one of these lives that I don't finish the painting. There's so much going on in this painting that we might have to make it a double someone help me. I'm trying to paint and think at the same time. It's hard. Like a double feature, like a double dog dare. No, what's the a double lesson. So maybe you're now starting to pick up what I'm putting down. I didn't pay attention to that edge. Okay. So this is coming along. Nice. I'm cool with that. Awesome. And Debbie, a two-parter segment. There you go. A two-part segment. Now we're talking. A double Wednesday. Yeah. There we go. All the way from Montreal. And then this is going to go a titch darker right here underneath this lip. That'll actually help pop that little grayish white. This comes down and then it pops up and then goes over. I'm not worried about all that intricate stuff. Okay. And then, well, I got that nice dark stuff. There's a little darker piece that goes right in here. Okay. Right in there. Because look, there's that rod that comes down and I think closes it. Or this comes down and closes. Poop. See, that's what I'm telling you, friends. Sometimes you just got to be able to take your own pictures. But I'm willing to step out of my comfort zone and take on the challenge. So there's this, and there's a little doop, doop. I call these dots and dashes. These are all dashes. Okay. I like it more on the painting. Let's see. Where are we? We still got about 13 minutes left. Let's get this side in. That's this stuff right here. Now, this is a teeny painting, but we've just got to kind of, if you were to look at this kind of blurry, all right? What I'm looking at there is I take some buff titanium. And sorry, you can't see the buff titanium when I'm grabbing it. My bad. You guys gotta tell me if I'm off camera, yo. All right, so maybe you did. I apologize. I'm making a coolish kind of. It's almost kind of bronzy because we had some brown and orange in there. And what I see is right here. This little dude is right there. And then we've got this little section. Oops. I goofed. My bad. I do that. I'm not perfect. All right. We bring that in like that. This in here. And then this is going to come around. Oh, I made that crazy little edge that I didn't need to do. You know, you guys, I'm nervous. You guys are making me nervous today. My goodness. All right. Come back over here and we got these cool, I'm not worried about those ones. Like, if it was a commission, you know what I say. Do it like it is. But for this, we're gonna do these like this. Like that. And then this little thing gets darker in there. And then with a clean brush, I'm going to just drop water right in here, in here, in here, and there. Now, I'm not making a mess. I let that set for a little bit, but if we let it set too long, I'm gonna have hard edges, and I don't want that to be the focal point. But this right here, bum, 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 under that edge, it gets darker right in there. And darker here. Okay. And a little darker edge here. And then just water, I'm bringing this in here. I'm stopping because we're going to put pretty flowers right in there. This can come down. Let's get over here. Let's close this puppy. So this is more red. Right in here. These are going to be our people. Don't paint over their heads, Gabriel. Okay. Like that. And then we got those pipes, so that gets more red right in here. But there's some flowers right there. So it's actually some green stuff. So I take that back out. That's fine there. Let's look what's going on here. There's some love that needs to happen here. So I'm looking at this, and at the beginning of the video, like take a screenshot. You plan on painting this one. Here we go. This is where that edge was. So this makes a square. It dips back this way and then comes a little bit under there. Same thing. There's a little dark angled piece right there. Okay. Now, this does get a touch darker under here. Whoa, that's super dark. I'm gonna feather it in a little less. Take your time, because sometimes you can make an edge or a line that kind of gets wonky. There is a nice dark right here. Boom, boom, boom. That goes like this. And then not so dark. Gabriel! Not so dark. All right, this. Yes. We might be able to get that little top piece finished and then kick all that. I see this, so this comes up. Let's quiet this down. Quiet that down. This pipe's a little too big. Okay, there we go. And then this, this comes here. I have to talk to myself since you guys aren't here with me, which is fine. But I do want to apologize. I did talk about us doing a workshop, and I apologize. The newsletter will be out at the end of this week. So I have, 2 days? And I will push back the early bird special. I've had a lot of other projects on. Not that I don't love you guys, okay? Don't take it personal. I just had to do some other things. So, watch for the newsletter to be able to sign up for the upcoming workshop. I'm grabbing some Sleeping Beauty gouache. Because right here, now I can't really read the name of the shop. So I'm really not going to even put the name of the shop. Okay. There. I just need that little thing. It's kind of like, hey, this painting needed a little bit of color, right? All right, we got time. Look at that. 4 minutes. Can he do it? In 4 minutes, I'm just going to paint our little cute little balcony iron rod thing. But look at this iron rod thing. So there is so much detail on that. There's a heart in there. These other cool things coming out like that. And there's these swirly swirls, those swirly swirls. That's just too much, okay? We've got to simplify, simplify, simplify. So, in the sketch, I did just some squigglies. And here, I did some cool little pieces. So, but what I do want to happen is I want to get out a brush. So I'm going to use the rigger. It's a nice, tight little brush. Some of you have, or you know what else I can use? Escoda's got this little travel brush, and it is a number 4. I can use that one. So, if you have a Perla number 4, be my guest. Be my guest. So I'm going to grab some Sleeping Beauty turquoise. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to grab some Lunar Black. Put it in there. I need this to not have too much water in it. I need it to be almost like toothpaste. Like nice and, you know, buttery. Okay. So this is called loading the brush. I'm turning it so that I can make this lovely point, okay? The first thing I see, besides the graffiti, oh my lord, is this actually extends out. And it's above this groove. So I don't want to put that into the groove, but I want to go up just a little bit more above it. And then I'm going to go across like so. Okay. Now, this is why I didn't paint these little edges, because this little dude covers that edge. So this rod comes down covering these little pattern brick things. Okay. So I'm going to go over just enough on this side. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, okay? And then this comes down, kind of like connecting the dots. You know, this thing is crooked. It's beat up. If you make a line that's not perfectly straight, it's actually best. There is a little circle that I like here. I like the little circle. Then there's a little rod iron piece that comes down next. Simpler is more. There's this little edge here. Okay, go do this other side. Okay. If you try to put all this big square into that space, is not gonna fit. I now like this other little circle. And then this comes across. Okay, now I'm gonna get some of that turquoise, put more turquoise here. And then some of you are just like, oh, Valentine's is coming. Let's put the heart. So we do this little heart. And then this little heart. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of resemble. Now we got all these other swirlies. But what I'm going to do is just come here. I'm going to put that one on the other side. Okay. I'm going to put this other swirly here. But we really don't see it because there's that lovely goodness of a shadow. Okay. Now I'm going to get here. And there's that lovely circle there. It's actually a swirly, but I'm going to put a circle. Just because you put too much stuff in here, it's just going to look like okay. All right. So we've got this top piece looking good, but I think it needs just one more little edge right above. Ooh, it's my dinner time. So, I don't know if I shared this or yet, but I have now lost 39 pounds. I have special eating times. I'm doing a diet right now that it's monitored, so I'm safe and healthy. But this year's word was rebranding, and I am doing something just to get myself nice and healthy. The last little piece is for up there, and then we're going to come back next week, is I'm going to put some noise on this. So we don't see the noise in the photograph because why? Well, a photograph goes flat. It automatically wants to be flat. But if you were standing here with me in Paris, we would probably see a glimpse of light on that rail. So what I'm going to do is take just a little bit of gouache white and right here put a little highlight of white and a little highlight of white, right? Just those three little spots. Why? Oh, I thought my iPad died on me. While I have the white, I already have the gouache here. Do you think I'm going to put this F blah, blah, blah thing in there? No, but I do like that little shape. And I'm going to put some little dots. And that cute little line right there. Okay. And I'm going to just touch up that corner. Okay. And then we got this little corner right here. Well, I already have the gouache. Hey, when in Rome, you can use Chinese white. There we go. And while I also have it, there's these two little lamps right above our guy. And I'm going to go boop and boop like that. So we have pretty much the top half of this painting knocked out. There is something here that's kind of freaking me out, but if I look here and I look here, this can come in. And I look back over here, this can come in a titch, and this goes over there. I grab a little buff titanium and build that little piece back, just a titch. Okay, this is looking like a fun little piece, and I agree with everyone. We'll make this a two-parter. Yeah, a two-parter. And knock down those dark lines just a little bit right there. Knock down this edge here. Look at that. This is called diffusing, friends. And I like this edge though. I'm gonna leave that one. I could tighten up that little spot. I have the buff titanium. And there was one thing else I saw that needed just a little love. Oh, I forgot this little bink. I like that little thing. It's kind of like, you know, when you're listening to a band and they got the cowbell, and that cowbell just makes the song make you want to dance more, right? Shake your little tush or big tush, whatever you got. Oh, and here. Man, I wanted to get into this so much. This is going to be so much fun. So in here, we're going to use some burnt sienna, some quinacridone gold, and then we're going to get into these lovely flowers in there. And of course, you know, our people. And see, I don't necessarily need to put this line in there. This is where some of my beginning students kind of overdo it. This little dark edge could just use a little love. And then coming here. All right. And that just adds just a little sizzle. All right, so that's what we got right there, friends. Look at that. And we'll tack this next week. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to go through the lovely comments and see what else is here. Artie Ross, congratulations on losing 39 pounds. Thank you so much. Oh, I have one other thing to announce. Mike, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm right at the 200. Hopefully I weigh in tomorrow and I weigh less than 200 pounds. I want to show you one painting before you roll. I have some really good news. I am very honored to share this news. Over here, I'm pulling up a photo to show you. Some of you already know, but the photo I'm about to pull up, I did get, well, I'll ruin the surprise. Here we are. And in here, these are all the new paintings or paintings I did last year that are going on the website. And where are you? Hey. You're getting to see all this stuff that's going on the website that's not there. What type of iPad? You know what? I don't even know, Kelly. They gave this to me when I bought my iPhone, and I think it was like 20 bucks. Does it say it on the back? No. I might be just like a 10 or something, if that's even a thing. But the painting I'm looking for is not here. Hold on one second. Oh, it's right here under barns. Some of you like the barn paintings, which we're gonna do This year we're gonna have a workshop on barns. And right in here, there he is, Barnes. Where are you? Where are you? This one. I am proudly announce that this painting is going to be packaged up and shipped off to Italy. This lovely painting uh, is of Idaho, and we've got this red barn and this lovely green tractor, and then everything is nice and cold. And so my goal was to make you feel like you're cold. And Kat, you probably saw this hanging up in the studio. I gotta unframe it. And so there's about 50 of us from the United States that are gonna represent the United States with watercolors. It's the Fabiano and Aquella event. There are 88 countries that ship paintings, and I get to represent kind of the United States. So it's kind of like Olympics for the watercolors. I wouldn't say Special Olympics, but we are special because we're watercolors, right? And so this is an imperial size, which is kind of like our half sheet, right? And so, but yeah, this will be going to Italy, and I don't get to go with my painting, but my painting gets to go. So on my Facebook, I will be sharing all the other USA wonderful people. I'm so honored to have that. So thanks again. And I will show the sketch one more time. Here's the sketch. And there is our, this is about maybe 60% done. We're going to really do some cool stuff up in there. So I hope you get the wonderful chance to paint this. Let's look at the edges real quick, though. Ooh, look at that. Look at these edges. Hey, yeah, a whole bunch of you are still here. And look at this edge. Bum, bum, bum. And nice, clean edges, which we all love about watercolor, right? Well, thanks again. I appreciate you. Again, I am painting from this, I think this is a, let's see, does it say? No, it doesn't say the size, but it is the Kilimanjaro watercolor sketchbook. All right. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see if anyone else said anything. I love Barnes too, Kat. And thank you, Artie Ross and Mike. Have a wonderful week. Marie, take care. And Kelly, thank you so much. And so many of you amazing, wonderful people. And no, I won't be shopping for clothes yet. I still have my old clothes that don't fit. And yes, and it's a double Wednesday. So if you're watching the replay, come back and join us next week. We'd love to have you be with our wonderful group. And yeah, Tim says he loves painting buildings. Thank you. And I think I see all the comments. And we have a Anna that was here too. Hello, Anna. Thanks for joining us. And any other new names? Yeah. All right. Well, we had people from all over, from Fiji to Canada to all over the West Coast and East Coast. Thank you so much for joining me for Watercolor Wednesday, and I will see you next week. Take care. God bless. Bye.